Welcome to the Mountain Magnolia Show, where your host, Mary Noble Braden, will introduce you to Swannanoa Valley's most interesting and most iconic individuals.
Let's give 'em something to talk about.
Hello to all you wonderful listeners out there. This is Mary Noble Braden on the Mountain Magnolia Radio Show. I just want to thank each and every one of you for listening to the show today and remind you our focus here is to reveal the heart and soul of our beautiful community here in Western North Carolina. And oh, how lucky we are to live here. It is getting a little chilly. It's Christmas time, and we have got so much to share with you today. But before we introduce our guests, I want to share a quote with you. For just a magnolia moment that has opened our hearts. Okay, the quote is, art invites us to remember who we are, and theater invites us to feel it. Okay, well, welcome John Hall to the Mountain Magnolia Show. John is the assistant director at the Black Mountain Center for the Arts. Did I say that right?
Associate Director.
Associate director.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hi.
Hey, thanks so much for coming on for the second time.
That's right. It's been a few years, but it's so good to be back.
Well, John's got a theater and a radio voice, so I need to really take cue as we talk. Well, so let's start off by telling listeners who may not know what the mission of the Black Mountain Center for the Arts is.
So, first of all, the Black Mountain Center for the Arts is celebrating 25 years of existence, and our mission is to bring the arts to the people and the people to the arts. And we've been doing that for 25 years now. We are just thrilled every day to provide opportunities to our mountain community to experience the arts. And sometimes people say, well, how do you bring the arts to the people and the people to the arts? Well, let me tell you.
Yeah, tell us.
So we have an art gallery.
Okay.
We have an art gallery that has a different show every month, all year round. We have a dance studio that offers classes for itty bitties all the way to adults and seniors. We also have a special class with that dance program called Movability for people who have maybe physical challenges or maybe some mental challenges as well. We have a clay studio. We have a thriving clay community. I believe you know about that.
I'm in there. Oh, yes.
And I'm always astounded at the quality of work that comes out of that clay studio. Look at that mug right there. Beautiful, beautiful. And we have private lessons. We have private lessons in voice, in guitar, in piano. And we have our performance space, the Gail Jackson Theater, named after the first executive director of the Black Mountain Center for the Arts, Gail Jackson. And in the theater, we have two programs I'm really proud of. The Junior Appalachian Musician Program, which teaches kids from age 7 to 17 traditional music on banjo, fiddle, and guitar.
That's really cool.
Oh, it's been going on now for almost 20 years here. We're the Buncombe County Jam program here at the Black Mountain Center for the Arts. And we have wonderful instructors, and it really provides a great service. But also in the theater on Wednesdays, we have something fairly new. It's called the Swannanoa Valley Community Chorus. It is a free community chorus that meets on Wednesday mornings, led by Carrie Fridley as the music director. And we just bring in folks who love to sing, and we've given a couple of concerts so far, and that's a real blessing to have them in the theater space. And of course, we have plays and concerts.
Something for everybody.
Truly,
Yes,
truly.
and it really is an amazing place and program where I can remember for the last 20 years that I've lived here, Lily was involved in ballet and dance and foster private music lessons, and I've been doing the clay studio for a while, but and the people are amazing as well, and so are the folks that work there
Well,
to
thank you.
manage.
We've got a good team. led by our amazing executive director, Lori Ghazi.
Yeah.
And I didn't even mention that we have an art studio. This used to be the City Hall of Black Mountain,
That's right.
and the art studio was in the basement where the jail used to be. They joke about that the visual arts students take their classes in what used to be the jail.
I'm very familiar with that.
Yes, indeed. So we have, we've been in that building now since 2001, and we love being downtown, right there on State Street, right in between the History Museum and Ty Basil.
The jail is the basement, right?
Yes.
Yeah, whenever we have to, there's not a bathroom in this clay studio. And so I always make somebody come with me at night because I'm like, I can feel some things in there.
I understand that. Absolutely.
I just thought that would be an extra for the show today.
Yes, indeed.
People can come see for themselves.
That's right. Hey, we're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5. Come on by. We'll show you around.
Yeah. So, tell us what moment in your time at Black Mountain Center for the Arts made you realize this center was something truly special for this community.
So I have a couple. One being the first time I performed at the Black Mountain Center for the Arts. This was back around 2008 or so, 2007, long before I had an association there with it. But I was a teacher at Arts-Based Charter School and an actor, and I performed in a woodcarver's Christmas with my daughter there, who was about 10 at the time.
Oh,
And we played father and daughter, and that was a moment where I realized, oh, this is a place that really provides wonderful opportunities for the community. So that was one, and I think the other probably was maybe when I first started working there, and I was responsible. I'll tell you what it was. So last spring, together an evening of poetry.
okay.
It was called The Dark City Speaks, because you know Black Mountain is known as the Dark City. And it was a collaboration between the Black Mountain Center for the Arts, the Friends of the Black Mountain Library, and the Dark City Poets Society. And we all came together and we invited college students from Warren Wilson to read poetry, and the Dark City poets read, and we had three featured poets who had won awards and had been published. And all these people came together, and that wonderful collaboration between these three entities to have an evening of spoken word, beautiful poetry. And I thought, we'll make that happen.
Yeah, you were like, these are my people.
Yeah. So that was a real wonderful moment for me.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that.
Mhm.
Well, tell us a couple of things that are going on. And I have several questions, but I want people who are just starting to listen not to miss out on these great programs this holiday season that are going on at the Black Mountain Center for the Arts.
December is hopping at the Black Mountain Center for the Arts. November was very busy too.
It was.
But I'm really excited to have this opportunity, Marion. Thank you to share all that's going on in December. So we have our gallery show, a ceramics show that we do every year, hosted by or curated by Charles Freeland, who runs our clay studio.
Yeah.
But also in the Gail Jackson Theater, we have so many different performances, and it really runs the gamut. And I really wanted to share this with folks. We have anything from improv comedy to great nightclub music to storytelling and to Appalachian music. Let me be more specific. So on Friday, December 12th, we have a group called the Reasonably Priced Babies. I love that name, the Reasonably Priced Babies. They are a comedy improv group, and they've been around the Asheville area performing for, at least 20 years or so. And actually, a couple of the folks in them live in Black Mountain. But this group has come to the Black Mountain Center for the Arts very regularly over the last several years. They have Friday night, the 12th, they have performances
Wow.
One at 6:30 and one at 9. So if you're an early bird, you can do the 6:30 show. And if you are more of a night owl, you can come to the 9 o'clock show. And because it's improv, even if you've seen them before, whether it's at the Black Mountain Center for the Arts or some other place in the Asheville area, every show is new.
Okay.
Every show is different. Every show is new because it's all based on the audience and audience suggestions. So their improv, they've been voted for years and years in the Mountain Express as the best improv group in the Asheville area.
That's so nice. That's cool.
So that's on Friday the 12th. And then the next night, the very next night, we have a Black Mountain native, Kellin Watson.
Oh, that's special.
She has grown up in Black Mountain. She went off and did her musical tours and all that sort of thing. And now she's been raised in a family and she is in Black Mountain and she is sharing her music with us. She's calling it the Kellin Watson and Friends Holiday Special. And she did this BMCA last year. It sold out.
Wow.
People loved it. And so she's bringing it back this year. And that's on Saturday the 13th, 7:30. And she has special guests like Aaron Price, who's a wonderful local musician. Also, several other musician friends of hers. We've got them right here. Yes, indeed. Ashley Heath, Sarah Siskind, and Carrie Dreesen. And some other surprise guests as well. But what makes this a really special show is that she dresses the stage like a living room. And she describes it as a step back in time to an evening of music and like a throwback to classic TV holiday variety shows. Kind of makes you want to cozy up to the fire, sort of a thing. And it's almost like they're gathering in their living room to rehearse and tell stories and have some laughs and play great music. And so that's what's coming up on Saturday the 13th. It really is. And I was doing a show at the same time, so I just caught the tail end last year. But the smiles on people's faces as they were leaving, I could tell it was a big hit. So Kellin Watson
Yeah.
and Friends Holiday Special. The very next night after the comedy improv, then we've got this holiday and the music. Oh, Mary, her voice is just amazing. She's just a great singer and really beloved in this area.
Oh, for sure. There's so many people that follow her, so I know it's going to be a great show.
It's going to be a wonderful show. And then the very next day, what a
Okay, so
weekend
we got
this is.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday now.
All right. So
So the
improv comedy
12th
Friday
to the
night.
13th.
Yes, the 13th, we've got Kellin Watson. And then Sunday afternoon, the 14th, we have an afternoon of storytelling based around Hanukkah. Because it's not all Christmas, folks. This is the Hanukkah season as well. And I reached out to some folks I know, Larry Perlman being one of them. He's also a beloved performer here in the Black Mountain area. And he brought some people together, and Larry's going to MC, and we have three wonderful storytellers, Catherine Sirota, Zane Chait, and Donna Catton Johnson. And they're going to be here at the Black Mountain Center for the Arts and share stories about the Festival of Lights, about Hanukkah, to round out that weekend on a Sunday afternoon.
Beautiful. A little bit of
A
everything.
little bit of everything.
And so many talented folks.
We are blessed in this area with having so much talent, so many creative people. Well, you see it in the clay studio.
I see it in the clay studio, and I see it also doing the podcast. I had my friend Catherine the Grateful on, and she's doing it. She did a documentary on Black Mountain College,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really correlate the two together, but I think that these mountains really attract a lot of people who are creative and artistic. And I found out also that Warren Wilson College kind of mimicked a little bit of Black Mountain College's, um, you know, the way they were set up a little bit. So anyway,
Yes, there's definitely an echo there. Absolutely.
yeah.
Mhm.
So being able to interview these folks who are in the arts, theater, I really get to see the ripple effect of the past and the present, and hopefully the future as well.
That's right,
How
going into
many
the future.
people are here.
Yes, indeed. People will come, and like a lot of students who come to Warren Wilson from other places. They experience the Appalachian Mountains here and our culture, and they just fall in love,
Yeah.
and they never leave.
Mhm. So, well, okay, so you've got there's one more that you want to talk about as well, all
Oh,
right?
yes. So the weekend of the 12th, 13th, and 14th, we've got three different things. But then the next weekend, the 19th through the 21st, we have one show that's performed four different times. Friday night, two on Saturday, and one on Sunday. And this one is very dear to my heart because I created it,
Right. And it's a little bit about what we were just talking
the
about.
Appalachian culture.
Yeah.
Yes, this show is called Christmas in Appalachia, a singing, strumming family show.
Oh, I love it.
And it's a real mix. It's a mix of holiday tunes and mountain tunes played on traditional instruments. We have one person playing guitar and banjo, one person playing fiddle, and one person playing auto harp.
I don't know if I know what the auto harp is.
So there's this music component, and there's storytelling, and there's people will learn about Appalachian traditions around the holidays, like Old Christmas. Have you heard that term, Old Christmas?
I don't think I know.
It's very much something that is still lingers in the mountains. Something called ruling days. It's an old mountain tradition, and there's also a tradition about on during the 12 days of Christmas or on Christmas Eve, a young lady can listen to how hogs will snort, and that will, according to the tradition, it will tell them what kind of a man they're going to end up marrying. And I won't go into detail about that because I need you to come to the show to hear about it.
Why?
But what I did this last summer, because I really like the idea of celebrating the Appalachian culture, and at the holiday time, it's just so wonderful. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Foxfire books.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Uh, when I was growing up in the 70s, my parents loved those Foxfire books, and they always had them around the house, and I would look through them. And so I went to the library and I found a specific Foxfire book about Christmas. And I read that this summer, and it gave me all sorts of wonderful ideas. And I did more research, and I created this this performance, this show. And it's like I say, it's a mixture of music, of storytelling, and audience participation. So
Nice.
audience participation is crucial for this show. So we're going to have sing-alongs for popular Christmas tunes. People are going to have the opportunity to sing along to those, and some Appalachian, more old time and bluegrass tunes as well.
Fun.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. And we're also going to have a game, which was very popular in the mountain communities to play. And we're going to get some folks up on stage to play uh, this uh, this game. So it's
Bringing it all together.
we're bringing it all together, and we have some wonderful performers. Travis Stewart, he's one of our jam instructors. He has been playing old time music out of Haywood County since he was knee high to a grasshopper. We have one of our junior Appalachian musicians, Miles Kexel, who's, I would say, 11, 12 years old. He's wonderful on the fiddle. He's and flat foot dancer. So he's going to be there. And can't believe I coaxed her out of retirement, but my daughter, who I performed with on that stage around 2007 or so, is going to be joining us. He's going to be doing some of the performing and singing, and she plays the auto harp. My daughter, Anna Kate. Yes, indeed. She's a mother and a mother to be.
Oh wow.
But she agreed to join us and to perform, and having her on stage with me again It's just wonderful.
That's I know it's really special to your heart. That's so great.
If I can make it through the show without tearing up, it'll be amazing.
Well, maybe you should cheer up,
Maybe so.
I
Maybe
mean,
so.
it's that's a special time.
So that'll be a real fun show for folks. It's gonna I think it's gonna make their holiday more special
Yeah,
to take that in.
it sounds like you really have an understanding now of what Appalachia Christmas used to be all about, and what the people experienced, and why they are the way they are.
Yes, very much so. And stories about what life was like in the mountains, like back in the Depression, and the kids were happy to get if they got in their stocking like an orange and an apple and some stick candy. Boy, howdy, that was great.
That's great.
And sharing stories like that. I'm actually even sharing a story from my family, from my mother's side of the family, who lived way out in the country. But so it's a real warm, it's a heartwarming, and it's going to be a lot of laughs. It's going to be fun, and that's Friday night the 19th at 7:30. Saturday two shows, 2 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. And then that final day, Sunday the 21st at 2 p.m. So in just a 2 week period of time, we have so many opportunities for people to experience the arts.
A lot of culture,
A lot of culture.
and it's all being created here.
It is all being created here, and the Gail Jackson Theater. It was named after our first executive director, Gail Jackson, and I love calling it the Gail Jackson Theater because it connects us with our roots there at the center. And you've seen shows there. It seats 80 people. It's an intimate, cozy setting to see a show. It's a wonderful place to see a show.
It is. It's great, and feel very involved in what's going on. And yeah, it's really digging into that local roots.
That's right. And I saw you at a performance there recently.
Really? Yeah, you did. I thought it was like me performing. No, you did see me a couple of weeks ago. It was a great performance.
The play Reconstitution. That's right.
Yeah.
We had a world premiere there at the Black Mountain Center for the Arts, and I was pleased to be a part of that. And it was great having you and so many other people in the audience.
Yeah, it was great. I took the whole family, and that's another thing to know is it's family friendly.
Absolutely.
You can bring your elderly mother, your children, a friend.
That's right. In fact, Christmas in Appalachia does have two different ticket prices.
Okay.
It has an adult ticket and also a youth ticket. So, yeah, even more
Great.
family friendly.
Well, that prompts me to let the audience know how they can purchase tickets for all these wonderful events.
Great question. So you can go to our website at blackmountainarts.org, blackmountainarts.org, or by the center at 225 West State Street and buy your tickets in person.
That's two options.
That's right.
Get on the computer or walk in and meet the lovely folks that are always at the Black Mountain Center for the Arts, and they will help you get tickets
Be happy to.
and show you where these performances are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Well, you have shared some great events that are going to happen. And before we end the show, let's talk about you a little bit because you are so talented.
Well, thank you.
Let the audience know you were a teacher at Art Space, right?
I taught at Art Space Charter School for 21 years.
You taught my kids, thank
That's right.
you.
Sixth grade.
Yes.
Sixth grade, that's right.
And then you decided, because Laurie, who used to be the director at Art Space, moved over to be the director at the Black Mountain Center for the Arts.
That's right. So Lori and I started at Art Space on the exact same day in 2004. In fact, we were the first two people there.
Wow.
And so we collaborated there for many, many years. And then when she moved over to the Black Mountain Center for the Arts, she recruited me to be on the board. and I served on the board for 5 years, 3 of which as the board chair. And so we worked together quite a bit in that capacity. And then she approached me one day and said, John, I've got an idea. She had this idea of splitting her executive director job into 2 positions of executive director and associate director, and with my focus being programming the theater space, and her focus on so many other things because she does so many other things, but also the art gallery and those things as well. So, and that it was at a good time for me. I've been in teaching a total of 24 years, 21 at Art Space, and I was ready to leave the classroom, and I knew that I would fit in well at the Black Mountain Center for the Arts because I have a heart for the arts.
Well, you're inspiration. You're very inspiring when it comes to your acting and the theater and everything about Black Mountain Center for the Arts. So thank you for all your inspiration. And really, it's all these performances are just one of a kind. And
They are. Mhm.
we've got just this local flair of not only living in a small town, but everyone has their gifts, and these are all true gifts.
And we try to get folks to share them as much as they can, either as a performer or taking a class,
Yeah.
taking a workshop. Oh gosh, we've got some workshops coming up in early night in 2026. We've got Michelle Betancourt always does a wonderful mosaic workshop. That'll be coming up soon. And a creative writing workshop also coming up very soon.
That's
So
great.
lots of opportunities for people not to just experience the arts by seeing somebody on stage, but by taking classes hands-on. Really great. Now, I didn't grow up in this area, but I grew up in East Tennessee over in Johnson City. So I am so familiar with, I've grown up in the mountains. I spent my 20s up there in Chicago in the big city, but then I was ready to be back to the mountains, and I chose Western North Carolina. I'm so glad I did.
Well, I'm glad you chose Western North Carolina too, because you have given a lot back to your community, and you're very talented to be
Appreciate
able
that.
to orchestrate all these things.
And one reason I also stepped away from the classroom was to have more time to perform, because that was actually something I was doing before I became a teacher. And that's been great to be able to perform, not just at the Black Mountain Center for the Arts, but other places like North Carolina Stage Company in downtown Nashville.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been working pretty regularly with them over the last several years, and they're a great group of people too.
Well, you found all the niches, didn't
I'm
you?
trying. I'm looking, and I'm trying. Absolutely.
You found them. Well, this was wonderful. So, is there anything else you want to share before I ask the closing question?
Well, I think I just really encourage folks to check out our website, blackmountainarts.org, and to sign up for our newsletter, because we send out a newsletter once a week, Tuesday mornings, and to just see all the different opportunities there are center to engage with the arts, because you and I know that everybody is compelled in some way to express themselves creatively. And I always find that when I'm expressing myself creatively, I am at my happiest. And I think more people who can take this opportunity, it's good for your mental health.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
good for your creative soul.
It keeps you um, away from that analytical brain and being able to really laugh or see beauty and not worry.
That's right. Work
Yeah.
with your hands, work with your mind, your heart. Absolutely. And so I encourage everybody to see everything that we are offering as opportunities, whether it's a workshop or whether it's a class or a performance, just to look at all the different opportunities and see where you might be able to plug yourself in. blackmountainarts.org. Yeah.
I agree. So much to offer. Oh, well, thank you for sharing all that information. So the last question, and it'll probably be along the same line of what we've been sharing today, because that's how it happens. I wanted to ask you, what's the one thing or one practice, belief, or moment that's changed your life for the better?
Well, I think one moment would be truly the birth of my daughter. It really did change my life forever, obviously for the better. But I think if I had to choose one moment that really was the most life altering and transcendent, would be that would be that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, Mary, I do have a quote. I brought a quote.
All right, let's hear it.
It sort of fits to go at the end. It's kind of a benediction,
Okay.
if you will. And it's something that whether I'm working in the arts or just interacting with others in our community, because community is so important.
It is.
It's something as I've been getting older too, I'm realizing more and more. And it's kind of a benediction. It says, "Life is short, and we do not have much time to gladden the hearts of those who make the journey with us. Be swift to love and make haste to be kind."
Oh, I love that. I should have asked you if you had a quote before I started, but
That's okay.
I'm so glad you shared that. And that's beautiful. And it's been a great interview, connecting and really honoring all the folks that are so talented, including yourself, uh, here in town. And so I want you guys to come to Black Mountain Center of the Arts, see what beautiful things they have to offer to brighten your soul, put a smile on your face, and really get creative.
That's right. Let's be creative together.
That's right. Well, thank you, John, so much for coming on the show. I hope to have you again on the next season when y'all are starting over again.
Be happy to.
So,
Thank you for the opportunity.
yes, thank you. All right, guys. Well, hope you have a wonderful week, and thank you again for listening to the Mountain Magnolia Show. Just a reminder, you can find us on Spotify or Apple, and also we're on Facebook and Instagram. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you for joining us for Mountain Magnolias with your hosts, Mary Noble Braden and Leanne Lewis. Join us next time for more interesting stories from the Swannanoa's most interesting people as we give you something to talk about.
Let's give 'em something to talk
Mountain Magnolias is a production of Noble & Company Realty in Black Mountain. For more information, please call them at 828-357-5243, 828-357-5243.